met my ex-husband when I was very young. We had children very young, got married very young, and the abuse started very shortly after. However, I was young and I didn't understand the warning signs. I didn't understand what was actually going on. The taking me away from my friends and my family and telling me that he loved me. I That's kind of what I wanted to believe. I wanted to believe that he loved me. However, y'all, love does not hurt. Love is not abuse. We had 4 children together. I suffered 14 years of physical abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse. So did my children. I was extremely isolated. I was not allowed to have any friends. I was not allowed to have any contact with family or friends. I wasn't even allowed to talk to my mom unless he gave me permission to. I've had my ribs have been broke, my eyes have been black, my teeth have been broke. I've had, my nose has been broke more times than I can count. Multiple bruises, cuts, scars all over my body. So not only did he leave cuts and scars all over my body, but it leaves an everlasting mental scar on you as well. I do ask that we please stay together, we pull together, we take a stand. Like I've heard other people say here today, this starts at home. It starts at a very young age. Children are like sponges. They absorb everything. What they see, they will continue to do. Like I've heard today, it's a learned behavior. And I've had women come to me and say, can we talk about this to the side because my children don't know anything. And I would say, your children can tell me more than what you can tell me. Kids see this, they know this, they learn this. So please, we have to come together and we have to take a stand always together to put an end to this. It destroys not only the people in the immediate family that's going through it, it destroys family members all around who don't know what to do. They don't know how to help. They really don't even know what's going on because, honestly, I didn't talk about it. That was something that stayed behind closed doors. When I finally got the courage to leave, it became a tremendous battle after that point, even more so than me being at the house and staying home with him. I got a protective order. He told me that paper meant nothing to him, that if he wanted me, he was going to get me. I filed multiple police reports. He went to jail for aggravated for simple battery, 2 counts, and cruelty to a juvenile. He bonded right out. He was stalking me. They arrested him for a stalking charge, $50,000 bond. He bonded right out. He found me again, jumped on me again. I had to go back to the hospital. They were looking for him again for a second felony stalking charge. He left the state, stayed gone for a couple weeks, showed up at my mom's house one night, cut the phone lines about 4 a.m., waited, hid weapons throughout the field, throughout the yards, and waited to the men left that day and came through my mama's house with a rifle. By the end of that day, he had shot me twice in the back. He had shot my mama once in the back and killed her, and he held 3 of our 4 kids hostage. My baby was 1 year old at that time, and she was left in the house with my mom until they actually figured out that it was her in the house and that my ex-husband was holding my kids hostage in another area by the house. I remember a day standing in the kitchen with my mom when she told me that she was not afraid of him. And I said, Mama, I'm so scared of him. I know what he's capable of. Y'all, we tend to know these people better than their parents know them because they don't tend to show their actions in front of a lot of people. So I felt like I knew him better than his own mom knew him. So I told my mama, I said, I know what he's capable of. I know what this man can do. And she said, I'm not afraid of him. She said, the worst thing he could do is kill me, and then you and the babies will finally have a life that you have never had. Well, that's exactly what he did. He told me 2 weeks before, he called me and he laughed at me. And he said, Christine, he said, if I wanted to hurt you, he said, I wouldn't hurt or kill you, but I would hurt or kill somebody close to you, and that would be your mama. Well, I told Mom that, and she said, I'm not afraid of him. She said, that's the worst thing he could do to me, and then you and the babies will finally have a life. Well, since May 24th of 1998, I went back to school. I got my GED. I went to work for the Sheriff's Department for 6 years or so. I went on and did other jobs. I went back to college. I graduated with medical assistant. I'm currently working at Unitech. I went to school at Unitech and graduated this past June, and I'm currently working there as their orientation instructor and CPR instructor. And I still have big plans for my future. I don't plan on just stopping there. So thank y'all for allowing me to be here today and speak today. And please, we must always, always come together and take a stand in this. There is and can be life after. You have to be strong, you have to pull together, and we have to stand together in order to overcome.